4 days ago, a movie broke a record Christopher Nolan had held for 16 years. 98%, his highest score ever. Higher than The Dark Knight. The whole internet is calling it the masterpiece of the decade. I sat in that theater for 3 hours, and I walked out with a number. That number is an 8, not a 10. And the gap between those two is the most Nolan thing about the Odyssey. Here's the setup, and it's the oldest one we've got. A soldier wins a war he's ashamed of and spends 10 years trying to get home. That soldier is Odysseus, the man who broke Troy, played by Matt Damon. Waiting at home, Penelope, holding a kingdom together with her bare hands, and a son who has never once met his father. Between Odysseus and that front door, giants, a witch, a cyclops, and the sea itself. Now, spoilers. It's a 3,000-year-old story, so you'd assume it's all fair game. I'm still telling you almost nothing. The what is ancient, the how is Nolan's, and the how is the entire movie. So I'm guarding all of it. Let's start where this movie actually earns its ticket. The direction. Remember, this is Nolan's first film since Oppenheimer swept 7 Oscars. He followed a man who built the bomb with a man outrunning the gods. Opposite worlds, same grip. And he shot the whole thing on IMAX cameras. Not one scene, the whole thing. A first ever. So the scale doesn't look expensive. It looks heavy, like the screen has weight. When a wave hits in this film, you feel it in the seat cushion. No green screen weightlessness here. It's mud, water, and 40-foot problems, all in camera. Here's my honest measurement. About 30-40 minutes of this movie is unmissable. It's the detours. A cyclops that makes the screen feel too small for him. And an island witch who might be the single most dangerous person in the entire film. Samantha Morton plays that witch like a nightmare you had at 9 and never fully forgot. And 2 of these detours aren't adventure, they're horror, not jump scares, dread. One of them goes somewhere I still haven't shaken. I won't say where, that's the point. If Nolan ever makes the horror film he keeps threatening, these 40 minutes are the resume. When this movie is moving, it's got a grip. That grip is the reason to buy the ticket. The cast is a group chat of Oscar winners. Damon, Hathaway, Pattinson, Theron, Nyong'o. Damon carries it. This is Odysseus as a tired man, not a poster, and it's the best kind of tired. Quick thing the internet already clocked, Matt Damon trying to get home is officially a genre now. Mars in The Martian, Deep Space in Interstellar, now the entire Aegean Sea. Get this man a GPS. As one review put it, the man did every side quest on the way home. 10 years, 1 island at a time. A road trip with a body count. The real surprise is Tom Holland. Strip the web slinger, and there's a genuine actor under there. And Robert Pattinson turns up as one of the men who moved into Odysseus's house. Quietly the sharpest villain in the film. The guy went from teen vampire to this. Respect. And Anne Hathaway's Penelope isn't just waiting by a window. She's running a kingdom under siege. It's the rare telling of this myth where the wife has a spine, not just a loom. But here's my one honest complaint, and it's a real one. You've got the most stacked cast of the year, running at maybe 60%. And Zendaya, as the goddess Athena, the role feels bolted on, screwed into place, not written in. You know that one wedding guest invited so the table isn't uneven? That's the part. The score is Ludwig Göransson. The man already has 2 Oscars and Oppenheimer's Heartbeat. Here he's on a leash, on purpose. It pushes the boat forward instead of screaming over it. It's the rare Nolan mix where you can actually hear the dialogue. Write that date down. Now, the thing nobody warned me about. Let me warn you. A few years back, his film Interstellar took you on a literal spacewalk, and you felt something in your chest you couldn't quite name. The Odyssey takes you on an ocean walk instead, and somehow, some of that same feeling survives the trip. Giants. A cyclops that shouldn't exist on a movie screen. Things only one director's brain reaches for. That's the tell. Whatever Nolan points the camera at, some part of you leans forward anyway. That's his whole trick. He puts in the extra 10% that makes a theater actually applaud. But outside those moments, it isn't chasing Interstellar's kind of goosebumps. Instead, it hands you something quieter. You end up admiring it from a polite distance. It's patient. It's restrained. For long stretches, it asks you to sit with a sad man on a boat. It lands emotionally exactly twice. When he finally reaches home and when his son learns who he is. 2 gut punches in 3 hours. They're real, but you will wait for them. Now let me argue against myself. Because the 10 out of 10 crowd has a real case. People walked out of this shaking, physically, swearing everything Nolan ever made was leading here. And on the biggest screen, it does feel enormous. That response is not fake. So here's my answer. Enormous is not the same as essential. Let me save you 4 minutes. Here's the whole review in one sentence. Strip the name Christopher Nolan off this poster, and it's a strong, fairly normal epic. It's a Nolan film, so the obsession comes half-built, before the lights even go down. That's not an insult. 90% of directors would kill for his floor. But a floor isn't a ceiling, and some of what feels like universal love is a very, very well-funded event. IMAX seats sold out a year early. A prologue got bolted onto Avatar. A whole letterbox campaign. $250 million to make it, and a marketing budget doing Olympic gymnastics. I'm not saying the reviews are bought. I'm saying the fever was manufactured before you had a vote. You've seen the fight online about Lupita Nyong'o playing Helen. Let me be quick and fair. 2 different arguments got tangled together. Untangle them. One is people melting down over the casting. That's noise. Don't let it pick your ticket. The other is a fair consumer note. She is barely in the film. If she's your reason to go, adjust. Judge the movie on the movie. The rest is a comment section cosplaying as film criticism. One comparison, and I mean it as a real test. 19 years ago, we got Troy. Brad Pitt, a body count, a fraction of the money. And it still moves like a freight train. Nolan's version is deeper and slower. A better film, probably. But 4 times the ticket price better? That's the debate this movie doesn't quite win. So here's the stamp. And on this channel, the stamp comes with the receipt. The Odyssey gets a cinema, 8 out of 10. Here's the math. 3 points for direction that makes 3 hours feel built, not filmed. 2 for a 40-minute stretch of monsters I would watch again tomorrow. 1.5 for Damon, tired, human, and carrying the whole boat. 1 for a Göransson score that finally lets you hear the movie. 0.5 point for 2 emotional beats that actually land. And nothing extra for the hype, the underused bench, or a middle that asks for your patience. Who's this for? Big screen people. Nolan people. Anyone who wants spectacle they can feel. Who should skip it? Need a movie to grip your throat? This one politely shakes your hand. Logistics. See it in IMAX, or don't bother. On a laptop, you're watching a different, worse film. That's the tax. A full-price ticket, one time, on the biggest screen you can find. pay it. That's the first verdict ever stamped on this channel, so tell me I'm wrong. If you think an 8 is a crime against Nolan, the comments are open. Bring receipts. Thursday, we run a hype check on what's coming next. Same stamp, same tax.